entered into a national songwriting contest. You sign on online and you submit a song online. They had 3 ways you could win. I was wondering why so many people had signed up from Atlanta, Georgia area. I found out when you read the fine print, I should have before, that if you were one of the finalists, you had to get yourself to Atlanta, Georgia. But there was 3 ways you could win. Whatever song you submitted online, they had a national vote, and whoever got the very top one won this microphone. It was sponsored by this Fishman. They make a PA system comparable to the Bose system. But the second way you could win was the most people brought to the venue door, which I didn't even try for. And then when you got there, all the finalists, they had a bunch of professionals in the industry as a panel of judges, and whoever won the whole thing won the Fishman PA system. And long story short, I swept all 3. The song that won online vote was Monkey Do, that we did earlier. And the venue door, that's the one that floored me. I had a brother there, he lives there with his wife, and my sister was visiting on her birthday. My other brother flew in and surprised us from Colorado. But there were a couple of other things that I didn't see coming. There was a guy that knew me a lot of years in Virginia Beach, and then he moved to Atlanta, and he hadn't seen me in a long time, so he brought a whole table. And there was an airline stewardess, a flight attendant, who she got all the pilots in the hub to vote for me when it went by, but then when the finalists, when it came, when they were all in Atlanta and the biggest hub, and they were all there for the night, they were like, oh, he's there tonight, and they all came out at the same time, and I won by 1 person. So I kept going around to everybody that said they were there for me, and I went, it was you, man, you were the reason.
You don't say no to Victoria.
Yeah, no.
She came here to see you.
Yeah,
she flew.
She did. Yeah. She did. Nice. But this song, this is the one that won the whole thing, is called Flow. And there is a friend of mine who was reading a book called Flow. There's a book called Flow. You might have read it. I never did. She told me that the idea behind the song was people say that they hate their jobs and they want to be on vacation, and that when they really did the study and looked at it, it said when people are idle and they're not using their talents in their full facilities, that they're bored, and that's when they're really unhappy. And people are really happiest when they're using all their focus and attention and everything and putting themselves completely into something. And I said, I've been a self-employed musician my whole life. I could write that book. So I never read the book, but I wrote this song called Flow, and it won me a piece. I wrote that piano part. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ha, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Once in your life, your answer is clear. And all I want to do away with other people's obligated pain and fear. Time is at hand, but time's on my side. I think it's time to take advantage of this chance to take a brand new day out on a midnight drive. I'm dancing under starlight, I'm howling at the moon. If I never get back to all the pushing and the shoving, it'll be too soon. You could call me crazy, I could let that go. Cause only one name is gonna hold my attention. Now we're flying in the light of flow. Yeah. A little baby shakes his rattle. He's just breathing in the zone. Oh, if only we can listen to the rhythm of the music that he calls his own. A blind man hears a tapping, every rain a mile away. Must it always be the loss of the take, such a cost for us to hear that way? I'll turn off my television to be broadcasting a truth. I'll trade my years of wisdom for the wonderment of youth. I will open up my mind to there's only room to grow. Find me one path that's in a promising direction to keep me in the light of flow. Yeah. Any power that's guiding me, put me where I wanna be. High above where I can see shadows don't fall over me. fate. I wish I might find my way up for the night. Oh, I know.
So how about my buddy Karl Werne? Nice to have him here. I was just talking to somebody back there on the break about music, as you do at a time like this, and she was saying, you know, I love the music of the 70s. There's just so much good stuff happening there. It's true, there was not only a lot of good music in terms of skill and talent, but there was a lot of vision. And we look back at a time like that and we think, man, that's never going to happen again. Those are words that I heard recently when we lost Nelson Mandela. What a visionary, right? And people said, man, we're never going to see his like again, are we? Why not? Isn't that kind of up to us? If we're going to have that kind of courage, if we're going to have that kind of vision. But of course, you start talking about music of the 70s, you start talking about visionaries, people start rolling their eyes a little bit, don't they? I mean, it sounds a little naive. It sounds a little bit head in the clouds, kind of looking at things. As though we could get by without the visionaries. You know what it is to be a visionary? It means to have the vision, to be able to see the better way. And you can't get from here to there unless you can see where you want to go. Right? So I'm so grateful that my brother Karl is in the flow. And showing us his vision so that we know where to go. We still got to figure out how to get there, right? But this is a good step one. Right here, right now, you together.
Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it over now. It don't serve you well. All of us are free to make our own little heaven or to drag this life through hell. If we are authors of our stories, then I know how mine will go. And I will surely dedicate the rest of days to break through any stagnant haze. Take a long, hard look at my ways and focus on how I can raise. I know any power that's guiding me, put me where I wanna be. I know where I can see the shadows don't fall over me. Hold me in the healing light. I will not put up a fight. I wish I might find my way for the night. Oh, I know. Nice. I told David, I told him, I said, when we do this thing, I asked if, I know he's got a world of stuff going and family stuff going, and I asked if he would come join me tonight. And I told him one of the things that I admire most about him, when I first saw him at Kerrville, he was really, really soft-spoken on and off stage, which is a powerful thing. And his ideas and everything, and so he would just get you, if you want to get someone's attention, then whisper, and then have something really, really nice to say. I told him one of the things I admired about him was just his speaking. And I offered him a little platform. I said, if there's any song, Flow, or Love and Fear, or From This Higher Earth, if there's any one of them that resonates with you and you'd like to read one of your poems or say something on your mind or do anything, I'm offering you a little platform. I had no idea he was going to aim that back at me.